Okay, video 41. 41 out of 100. I'm doing this every day for 100 days to get used to talking into the camera. Because I want to build the habit of making videos every day. I'm doing daily videos of my daily LinkedIn posts. And today's post was about something I heard when I visited an office a while ago. And it was, I heard a manager and they said, I only hire people with the same blood type. What? So I didn't even know my blood type until I came to Japan. And then people started asking me, like, what's your blood type? What's your blood type? And I actually had to call my mom and ask her because I had no idea. And then why do people want to know blood type? It's because I guess in Japan and maybe other parts of Asia, they look at blood type as kind of a horoscope, that we have in America. Like, it's related to personality traits, it's related to relationships, it's related to luck, I guess fortune. I don't know, they connect blood type to basically everything. And I think the biggest part is personality type. It's from when I've known about this for about the whole time I've been in Japan, and I always thought it was just some harmless thing. This is like a horoscope. Like I don't believe really, and like I don't spend any time thinking about that stuff. And I thought I just put blood type in the same category as that. But when that starts to come into the business world, and that affects teams and performance and sales, that's when I have to really, kind of take a pause and talk about things. Because I'm very big on diversity. And I believe, especially in Japan, diversity is of course it's about different people and race and genders and all of that. But in Japan, where it's basically a monoculture, I think diversity starts at diversity of ideas, right? Or even diversity of preferences. Like if you talk to a team and you ask them, do you like vanilla or chocolate ice cream? I don't understand why the whole team will suddenly like vanilla, or the whole team will suddenly like chocolate. Like, what if somebody wants likes whatever donuts instead, right? Like you ask all these really basic questions, and you'll find a lot of times people just give up their own opinions. So I think the diversity here really starts at just diversity of preferences, diversity of ideas, and diversity of opinions. And blood type might not be anything real, but to exclude everybody else based on one point that you can't even control anyway, like you're just born that way, like that to me is not a good way to run a business, and not a good way to manage a team, and not a good way to justify any kind of action, that you're basing your decision purely on one arbitrary point that nobody can control, and you're using that as a base of all your decisions. That seems very silly to me and very unprofessional. And I'm not surprised if his team doesn't have any kind of like I don't know growth or success, because it's a I think if you really want the strongest team, you have to find people whose strengths and weaknesses kind of balance each other, right? If one person is strong in one thing, but one person, if one team member is really strong in one point, and another person is really weak at the same point, that's okay, right? Because that covers each other, and hopefully this person's strong points covers this person's weak points. So as a team, you have a whole strong whole, right? But if everybody is exactly the same, then you're all strong in the same ways and you're all weak in the same ways, and that's a very unbalanced, very vulnerable team. This starts out about blood type, but really you can apply the analogy to anything. I really support the idea that if you are building a team or hiring or making decisions in Japan, it will benefit you to have the most variety of ideas, opinions, preferences, dreams, experience. Like if you get the more variety you have, the bigger picture you'll have, and then the less blind spots you'll have. It's impossible to eliminate all of them, but try to do your best when you're making those decisions. Okay, so don't judge on blood. No blood-ism. All right. So thank you for watching. I'm Alex, and I help Japanese brands with their inbound sales. And when they're ready, I help them go abroad. If this is you, please contact me and we'll get started. All right. Thank you, and see you in the next video.